Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the podcast. This is Wiretap. I'm Tyler. I'm going to be talking to you here for the next little bit. And this episode is a little bit different. You know, the long-time listeners will know. Because it's funny because there's 0 listeners currently. But this episode is strictly audio. Just audio. And the past couple weeks, I have not uploaded the podcast. I mean, I've been super busy with school, blah, 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 excuses, whatever, I know. But, I mean, I recorded them. I'm going to probably upload them at the same time. So it's just going to drop like 3 or 4 podcasts at once. But yeah, it's, you know, the recording part's the easiest part, and I kind of talked about this on another episode. I need to streamline this process a little more because I don't know, I just need to get to the point where literally the only thing I have to do is record it and like hit upload, because it's just too much, like especially when I get busy like I did in the past couple weeks. It's just too much to, even as simple as it is to just, oh, my laptop just fell. But anyway, I think it's still recording. Yeah, it's still recording. Literally have my laptop laying in the floorboard of my car. And it's just flopping around everywhere. But anyway, as easy as it is to literally just sync up the audio and video and then just upload it, even that is just too much. Because that'll take me a good 30 minutes to an hour, because my camera, it records only like 15-minute increments. So if I do an hour podcast, I have like 4 clips that I need to sync up and trim and crop the audio so that you don't hear like the breaks in between there, and then maybe cut up my conversation that I'm having with myself so that it like makes sense with those breaks, because sometimes it'll cut in the middle of a sentence and I won't really know where it cut, and then I just continue with the conversation and I'm like, oh shit, wait, it stopped recording, oh no. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into that, and that's not really why I'm doing the audio only version today. I am in a hurry. I'm driving to Charlotte and I'm late, and I just didn't want to have to deal with setting up the video part of this. I'm already 2 or 3 weeks behind on uploading the podcast episodes. I've recorded them every single week, believe me. I just haven't uploaded them. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to save myself some time today, myself some time in the future when I get to uploading these, and just not do the video for this one. Hopefully this is like one of the only ones that I will like not have to do video for. And it is actually a little bit disappointing to me, because this is kind of the Christmas episode. Today is the day after Christmas, but it's a busy time of year, and I just need to plan this stuff better in the future, and I will. It's just, maybe I could like record these in advance. I'll have to think on that for another time. Okay, I gotta figure out a better situation with my laptop here, because when my screen goes into sleep mode, I'm not going to be able to wake it back up. It's all the way in the foot part, my floorboard. Okay, I think we're all good. I wasn't able to really check the audio, like the volume levels either. So I hope this sounds okay. It should sound okay. I have a compressor on. Okay, well, we'll find out. Anyway, as I kind of said before, I'm driving to Charlotte. It's only about an hour drive. It's exactly 1 hour on my GPS right now, actually. So it's probably about how long this podcast will last. My battery is looking like it'll last an hour as well. So we got about an hour together versus and trust me, I have been loving the like 3-hour-long podcasts I've been doing. Well, actually, I think it's more like 2.5 hours. Oh man, I wish every episode could be that long, just because it's so fun to do, and it's like, it feels so official when it's that long. Something about it being longer like that feels professional. I don't know. Like the hour-long podcast I listen to, you know, it's decently put. They're decently put together, and they sound great, whatever. But it's like 3-hour ones. Like that's a whole commitment. That is like that's a long time, you know. So maybe one day in the future we'll get towards that. The podcast is still fresh and new, even though it honestly, I don't know. I've been doing it for like quite a while now. Now that I think about it, I did a Halloween episode. It's now Christmas. Sheesh, been a minute. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. This is a Christmas episode, light on the Christmas special. Oh, I talked about this in another episode, but you know, it's like my OCD brain wants to make every episode like crazy and make it a special, and I gotta be transparent here. I'm feeling some disappointment right now that I don't have like a big thing planned for this Christmas episode. The first Christmas wiretap episode ever, and it's got no video, and it's me in my car. Kind of disappointing to me, but we're still gonna make the best of it. I have a few things in mind that I want to talk about, and there will be a video aspect to this episode, because there are some videos I want to show related to the Christmas episode. So I will show those. I guess for like video listeners, it's just going to be a black screen or maybe just a photo of me. And then when I show the videos, it'll like cut to the video. But I mean, first things first, I saw this a while ago on TikTok. This is a TikTok I'm going to show here. And you know what? Why don't I show it right now?
It will never cease to amaze me at the family treasures that are lost, because when people sell books or give them away, they don't look inside. And that was the case with this family Bible. This letter was left inside, but it is spectacular, the contents. It is actually a letter written during World War I from the trenches on the day after Christmas. This is what the letter says. The war had just started the summer before, so it's the first Christmas. On Christmas Eve at about 4 o'clock, our guns were shelling the German trenches, but then stopped, and a little rifle fire was kept up until about 5 when it became dark. Now, this is when the Germans are fighting the English in the trenches in France. And when the shooting stopped, we began to sing carols and songs, and the Germans began to do the same. And after a bit, we put candles and lights on top of the trenches to cheer things up a bit, and carried on a sort of matey conversation with the enemy. As things seems to be going very well, we thought we may as well get on top. So 4 of us got out on top of the parapet and struck matches, which was received by a cheer from the other side. And so we all got out, and we held a concert and dance out in the open. And after this, a few of us thought it would be just as well to shake hands and exchange cigarettes, etc. with them. So we called them out and met a few of them halfway between the trenches. And they were jolly good sports, too. And on Christmas Day, we had a football out in front of the trenches and asked the Germans to send a team to play us. But either they thought the ground was too hard because it had been freezing all night, or their officers told them they couldn't. Anyhow, we had a chat that afternoon, and one of them produced a camera. And so we had a group photo, and there were 12 of us and 12 of the Germans. And we had Christmas dinner, and it wasn't the greatest, but it did consist of sausages, biscuits, and chocolates. And speaking of chocolate, it was awfully good of you to send that chocolate, which arrived safely and went down very well. And reflecting on it, Christmas Day in the trenches was a sort of ragtime war affair. And I think about the funniest thing I've ever struck. If you imagine by any chance that we had a rotten Christmas, I can assure you that you were very much mistaken. This is a treasure that some family in England left inside of this family Bible when it was sold. I will have more of these stories next time.
Okay, welcome back. That is such a great video. That guy, I have been obsessed with watching that guy on TikTok because I feel like a lot of other people in his position would be really snooty with the types of items he shows. Okay, if you haven't seen this guy, first of all, he works at a museum, and there is a room, I don't know the full logistics, but this is just what I've gathered and what I speculate. There's a room that contains a bunch of very sensitive items, and like with some great historical importance, and they're locked away, not on display. And his TikTok page is just it's just him going through all this stuff and showing it off and giving some information behind it and giving like a brief history lesson in some cases. And it's so fascinating because this stuff, like I was saying, I feel like other people in his position would be like, well, this stuff is under lock and key for a reason. We can't be just showing this to the public for free. People have to pay to get into the museum, and this stuff isn't even on display. So, people shouldn't be able to see this stuff. It's under lock and key for a reason, and also it's a safety concern. If we show what all's in these safes, it'll entice people to want to break in and steal this stuff. This stuff is very valuable, priceless items. That's fucking bullshit. What this guy, he's doing such a service to the world. Oh my God, it's so, what he's doing is so special. It's great. And, it could be self-centered. He could be doing this just to grow his TikTok account, but he has such a passion that you can tell when he's talking about this stuff. There's such a passion for these items, and it's so cool. There are so many cool things he has in the vault of this museum. One of which being this letter that was found it was either found in a Bible or a book. I'm sorry, I know you guys just watched the video, but I haven't seen it in a minute. And I know he says it in the video, but anyway, he found it in a book of some sort, possibly a Bible. And wait, you just watched the video. Why am I giving you background on it? Okay. But anyway, like he said in the video, I'll just reiterate, this was just like a fable. This story about the ceasefire on Christmas Day was just like legend up until this piece of paper was found. I mean, I remember hearing about this story in history class. And then this is possibly the only piece of evidence that it actually existed in existence in the world today. Like, this piece of paper is incredibly valuable, and he's just holding on to it, reading off it, and keeping it in this vault. It's like, dude, the historical importance of what you're holding in your hand is insane. But just knowing that, and this is also assuming that this piece of paper is real, because I mean, I don't know how you would fake it, and especially this guy, I think he would be able to tell if it's fake. But so when you get to like all historical stuff, you kind of have to have a little bit of like, is this real or not? Because I always think that, I have a bunch of like historical pieces and fossils and stuff like that, and it's very cool. But sometimes I'm just like for instance, there's this guy I follow on Instagram that sells these like scientific and historical things, and he was selling a I think he labeled it as a like meteorite, whatever one it is, meteorite, whatever one is that's on the ground that fell from this. Anyway, it was a piece of the rock that collided with the Earth and killed the dinosaurs, and it was like found in the crater that that came from the asteroid. Bro, I don't know what is anyway from the rock that killed the dinosaurs, and it was found in that crater. Blah blah blah. And with that shit, I'm like, how do you know that? There are scientific ways to prove this, and I think that is valid and everything. But at the end of the day, when he is selling this thing online, it is just a rock. Like, I didn't see you take this rock from the crater, and I didn't see it get analyzed. So I'm just taking it with a grain of salt, and I'm like, okay, this has a chance to be fake. This has a chance that he could have just gone in his backyard and picked up a rock and been like, yep, this is from the crater, So I try to keep that also in mind with these things, because that piece of paper is so historically important that, of course, there have probably been like tons of people over time that have tried to fake a document like that. So, and that's the only one in existence. It's like, okay, let's just take some caution if we would just blindly believe in this guy on TikTok. But let's just assume that it is real, okay? And that this validates that story of the ceasefire on Christmas Day. How magical is that, dude? That is so... And this is one of the reasons why I love Christmas and why it may be my favorite holiday, is that there's just like a magic to it that... This sounds so corny, but it's just... I don't know. I feel like there is an essence of happiness in the air around Christmas Day. And on the flip side, now that I think about it, there is also like a somber, a twinge of somberness in the air as well, because I always think about like the darker side of Christmas, with like people who have to spend it alone, and how in a lot of ways it's just like a holiday where people think that it's all about the gift giving, which I think a lot of it is about the gift giving, and like that's honing in on your like a specific type of person's love language, gift giving, and that's how they express love. But for other people, it's like it doesn't match up, and some people just don't have the money. Kind of like this year, I didn't really have the money to buy what I wish I would, and gift giving is my love language, so it's like I feel like I didn't express my love for the people that I love in ways that I wish I could have. And that is a side to Christmas. But despite all of that, there is still just like a certain magic in the air where everybody understands like what Christmas is, and like we're gonna get together and see each other because it's Christmas and we love each other, and it's just something about it. And the evidence of there being some magic in the air is this now potentially validated story of people at war, people who have seen the horrors of the world, like truly the most horrific things come out of war. And right in the middle of that shit, they decided, we're not going to shoot at each other, and mutually decided this. Both sides were like, yeah, we're stopping fire. And not only that, they went out and this is actually kind of making me emotional right now, dude, because like people with so much hatred for each other that they were fucking killing each other the day before, shooting them and using, warfare like we've never seen before, decided to just stop and sing carols together and play games together. And it's like something in that shows like the true beauty of humanity. It's almost like I go back and forth on whether humanity is inherently good or evil. It's like that Locke, and who was it? Locke said humans were inherently good, and surely, okay, I'm wanting to say his last name is Key, and I think it might be, but that is just so funny. Locke and Key, there's no way. The other guy's last name is Key, the guy who thinks that humans are intrinsically evil. Anyway, but it's like, well, things like this make me believe that, that I err on the side of John Locke, I think is his name, and that humans are intrinsically good. Because, maybe it's that, maybe there's something in there where people were just thinking, okay, we're fighting for what we believe in, but at the end of the day, the people who are telling us to do this shit aren't the ones out on the field. We're fighting for people who live up in a high castle. And, for today, fuck that. Let's just put that aside. We have been through enough, Maybe there's an aspect of that. But I just want to believe that despite like how awful and horrific what's going on is, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's like we're all humans, and that's kind of what they thought. It's like we're all just people, and why the fuck are we fighting in a war where, I mean, this is them doing this. I feel like it would have I don't know if morale is what I would really say, like demoralized me, but like if I was out there and we just came to a ceasefire on Christmas Day and we were joking around and these people were like, we bonded with these people, we played games and sung carols, I would not be able to go back to war. I feel like it's much more nuanced than what I'm seeing it in as on the surface, right? Because, them actually being out there are like so many more levels to that. But just me attempting to put myself in their shoes is like, dude, after seemingly building a friendship with these people, albeit temporary, it's like, how could I go back to just shooting at these people and killing these people and possibly getting killed by these people? It's like, I would value that friendship, and I would almost out there be like, I would want to ask them, like, why are we doing this? And there are different reasons for why World War I happened and all, and sure, those reasons might be valid, and that might be why they went back, and they have to obey their superiors, whatever. But man, it would just be so hard for me to go out there after connecting with them like on a humanity level, and then going back to fucking getting killed and killing them. That's just insane to me. But nonetheless, such a beautiful story. And the fact that this letter and that TikTok exists is so awesome. I wish they would put that on display because I want to see that with my own eyes. A soldier that participated in that and wrote a letter about it. How cool is that? Oh, man. But war as a whole is such a crazy, You know, it's like maybe if that same situation happened today, I would like to think it would be different, because I think in today's era, as humanity as a whole, we're so connected with one another. I like to believe that we are just we're just on a different level of understanding. Because, like, back then, you lived in your small town, you never really interacted with people, like, in other parts of the world, or, like, much farther away from your small town. And now, dude, I feel like I interact with people in other countries on a daily basis. Like, when I play video games, and like, I play with other people in different countries, it's like, that, I mean, video games as a whole was unheard of back then, obviously. But just the amount of baseline interaction I have with people all over the world on a consistent basis is insane. And, I mean, through, like, YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, you're able to see and gather information from people all over the world so consistently, and like with like incredible amounts of volume as well. I feel like humanity as a whole is more connected than ever, like not just technology wise, but like on an emotional level. We're like kind of realizing more and more as we become more connected that like we are one, you know? Back then it's like, oh, this country I've never been to, I've only seen like propaganda photos of, yeah, they are the enemy, let's fucking kill them. And it's easier to brainwash people and to go into war and doing shit like that. But today, you know, you see TikToks from people in the enemy country, enemy in quotations, and you're like, why are we fighting these people? Like, I don't want to do that. Sure, their country might be doing some fucked up stuff, but it's like, it's not the people that are fighting that are doing the fucked up stuff necessarily. I mean, a lot of times it could be, but I feel like a lot of the time also it's these super evil, high up political people who are running this really fucked up shit, and there are just all of like the pawns. The public are the pawns, and they are the ones being killed as well. I mean, this is just textbook war, you know. But I mean, that's the thing. I think we could come to that realization that it's like, why are we fighting each other for these rich people when we could just, well, not necessarily rich people, but like politically rich people, when we could just fucking kill those people and this everything would be over with. On the wants and needs of the majority of the population is really basic, I feel like. You know, it's the wants of the politically rich people and the financially rich people that get in the way and cause wars a lot of the time. Oh, my computer is going to sleep. Wake up. Okay. But I don't know. I have very little knowledge on this shit, and I could be just talking out of my ass this entire time, but this is just kind of trying to give my own insight a little bit, so hopefully I don't sound like too much of a dumbass. But I am a self-proclaimed dumbass, and if you don't agree with any of this, you don't have to. You know, I could be so wrong about all this shit, and whatever. But I strongly, to come back to the main point, I strongly suggest you check out this guy's TikTok account. I don't know what the name is right now because I didn't watch the video just now. I watched it a while ago. But you guys just watched it, and he has his little name on there, and I'll link it in the description. Maybe I'll throw some text on the screen right here with his @. Go check him out, because every one of his videos has some insane piece of history like the one I just showed. Like, it's incredible the type of stuff that he has in there. And I'll get sucked into a hole of scrolling through his videos and learning about history stuff and getting to see, virtually of course, these insane items and like super old items with crazy historical importance, and they aren't on display anywhere. They're just locked up, but I encourage you to watch it. And leave a comment down below. No, nobody watches these, but if you are watching, leave a comment down below if you check out his channel, and first off, let me know what you think about the video I showed. Second, if you go to his channel, let me know what your favorite video of his is. Maybe I'll talk about it in another episode. Oh man, I'm still thinking about that letter. Just like, man, that is so exciting. Also, these people just pulled up beside me. I'm on the highway right now. They just pulled up beside me, and I feel like they looked over at me and saw me just driving, holding a microphone in my hand and talking. Trying to pull up on my phone. Hold on. Putting my microphone down so I can look on my phone really quick and pull up. Because I had another thing I wanted to talk about, but I'm forgetting it. So hold on. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, you know, in line with the whole Christmas thing, have you ever wondered, I mean, I didn't wonder until I saw this, it was either a video or an article I read about why there are so many holidays around this time of year. I mean, think about it. In the colder years, we have just got a notification on my phone. Speed check ahead. Get fucked, cops. Yeah. But I mean, think about it. You have Thanksgiving, you have Christmas, you have Valentine's Day, New Year's Eve, and it's like there are their own historical reasons for why those came to be, but don't you think it's like a little conspicuous? Is that the right word? Or a little strange how like they're all kind of collected in the colder months. You know, of course there are holidays in the warmer months, but it's like it seems like the majority of them are in the colder months. And I read that there's a reason for that. And I don't think it was a necessarily like planned out reason, but it just kind of naturally happened where in the colder months, you know, there's like seasonal depression, and people kind of need a reason to like be happier during this time period, these colder, bleaker months, and they need something to look forward to get through these months. And you know, that's like Christmas, Thanksgiving, blah 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 blah, and it's like that's why they've all kind of collected at this time of year. That's just really interesting to me. Who knows if it's true or not? Could be totally wrong, but I like to think it is, because I do think that helps a lot of people. Fuck, actually, it could hinder a lot of people as well. Like, if you're alone for all those holidays, it could just make you more depressed. I'll just stick to believing that it makes everybody happier, okay? But, I want to go through... Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I just almost watched a car crash in front of me. Oh, my God. Whoa. Oh, man, my sinuses are clearing out because it was literally right in front of, like, the car in front of me. This van wasn't looking when they were merging into the lane, and they were merging into the side of the car in front of me. And they weren't stopping. The car in front of me was honking and moving over, like, getting off the highway. and the van wasn't stopping, so they eventually just had to slam on the brakes, and I just had to slam on the brakes. And this van is full of people. I mean, I kind of want to look at what this place is for, if there's like a little organization on the side. Okay, the car is pulling up beside the van. Is there going to be some road rage happening here? He's driving right beside them. I wonder if he's yelling out the window at them. Okay, keeping you guys updated. Nothing's happening. He's still driving directly beside them. By the way, this guy, the guy that almost got crashed into, I don't feel sorry for him because he's kind of a cock. He was riding my ass for miles, and then he went, boom, got around me and just went the exact same speed. Like, he's not been going any faster than I was going before. And he's driving an Audi with the license plate J, too hot for you. So this guy is just a total douchebag. Not that that is warranting him getting crashed into, but, you know, I have significantly less sympathy for him after witnessing this. Anyway, I want to go through some of my all-time favorite Christmas songs for this Christmas EP, because I don't strictly listen to Christmas music around Christmas time. Like, I will listen to Christmas music any time of year that I feel it's warranted. And I have a Christmas playlist that I'll go through. Hey, maybe I'll pull that up, but there are definitely some all-time favorites out of this playlist. So let me pull it up real quick. Okay. Na 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 na. I'm singing an Alex G song that's stuck in my head. Season premiere. Okay, I'm actually going to be driving to getting an update right now. Going to an art museum. Oh no, I'm going to go to the NASCAR museum in Charlotte. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm pulling this up here. Christmas. Christmas Hits is the name of it. I have a thing where sometimes I will, if there's an artist I'm into at a certain time, I will go through their entire discography and add the like top cream of the crop best songs to a playlist and call it, insert name of band here, Hits. So like I have a playlist called Beatles Hits. I have another one called Alex G Hits. And it's literally all of my favorite songs. So this playlist is called Christmas Hits, 1 hour and 4 minutes long. And I'm just going to go through this playlist really quick. There's not that many songs on it, despite it being an hour. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas by Bing Crosby. All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey, obviously. Is beginning to look like a lot like Christmas, Michael Bublé. Jingle Bell Rock, Bobby Ohms. Let It Snow, Dean Martin. It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, Andy Williams. Underneath the Tree, Kelly Clarkson, another classic. Sleigh Ride by the Ronettes. I'll come back to that. Feliz Navidad. I don't want to get his name wrong. Jose Feliz. I actually didn't know the name of the guy who made that. Okay. Christmas, Baby Please Come Home by Mariah Carey. Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney. Happy Christmas, War Is Over, John Lennon, Yoko Ono. Run Rudolph Run, Chuck Berry. Christmas, Baby Please Come Home again by Darlene Love, though. A Holly Jolly Christmas by Burl Ives. The Christmas Song by Nat King Cole. Step Into Christmas by Elton John. Merry Christmas, I Don't Want to Fight Tonight, The Ramones. And To All a Good Night by Band of Merry Masters. That one is the most different song of all of them, but it's a really good Christmas song. Christmas Time Is Here from the Charlie Brown movie. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas by Frank Sinatra. And finally, Carol of the Bells. I don't think it's strictly from Home Alone, but that's what I know it's from. Maybe it is just from Home Alone, but I don't know. I could be gonna get flamed by people who are into this kind of music and are like, obviously it's not just from Home Alone, dumbass. It's from other things too. Shut the fuck up. Okay, the picture on here is from Home Alone. And yeah, it was played in Home Alone. I don't know the origins of it. I just like the song, okay? But okay. Still recording. We're still recording. We're good. To get to my favorites of those. My top favorite, because those are my favorite Christmas songs, but the top of the line of those is, first off, of course, y'all know I love the Beatles, like too much. I gotta go with the Merry Xmas War is Over by John Lennon and Yoko Ono. I'm sure a lot of people would have thought that it would have been the Paul McCartney one, because Paul McCartney is my favorite Beatle. But no, his song, that was just a weird era of Paul McCartney, and I don't really particularly like that era. And that song just kind of drags on a little too long for me, honestly. It is catchy, specifically the Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. That is, I love that part. But everything leading up to that is a pain for me to get to. It's like, fuck off. I wish you would have just started with do-do-do-do. I don't know the words. But yeah, it's like longer than it needs to be. I feel like if it was consolidated, maybe it would be up there for me. But oh man, there's just something about Merry Xmas War is Over by John Lennon that is so good. Actually, this really falls in line with what I've been talking about, war and all. This song as a whole is just like an anti-war statement. And I love it. And my favorite kinds of music are music where there's like a happy tone to it, but there's also, whoa, oh man, okay, I'm on the highway and one of the exit signs had this enormous, like the size of my forearm, hawk just sitting on it watching the traffic. Whoa, okay. Anyway, my favorite kinds of music, also, I hope you guys have noticed, I've gotten off topic a few times and I come right back to it. I've been trying so hard to not lose track, and I'm succeeding. So all of you haters who say that I can't remember shit and that I need to, like, remember what I'm talking about and not get off topic, fuck off. Yeah. Oh shit. Oh no. Okay, came back, got it. My favorite kinds of music is music where there is like a juxtapose of emotions within it. So like has like super happy feeling songs with the most catastrophically depressing lyrics of all time. I am such a sucker for that, where it's like that contrast I love, or you know, the inverse of that, maybe like super happy song, like sounding, or super happy lyrics with like a sobering melancholy feel to the melody and instrumental, and that's kind of what I feel from Merry Xmas War is Over, because it's got like happy lyrics, but the tone of the lyrics and what they're singing about is, I mean, I guess it's utilizing every aspect of that. It's not like super black and white as like sad lyrics, happy music. It's like almost a little bit of both in the middle. It's like this sentiment of like Christmas being here, this magical, happy time of year, and like war being over. And like the song talks about, I mean, the chorus is, how does it go? I have to like sing through it in my mind. Or specifically the part that Yoko Ono is singing with like that choir of children is like, war is over if you want it. I literally have chills right now as I'm singing this. War is over now. Oh my God. That is such like a statement of like war. I mean, I can't say it in any better words, honestly. War is over if you want it. It's like, this isn't necessary. Like, let's just have fucking peace, you know? And, I mean, the tone, like, the way he's singing, it's like, I mean, from the first line, it's like, so this is Christmas. And what have you done? It's so, there's something to that that's like, that's almost like a really sad sounding part. Like, not just the lyrics, like the vibe of that. So this is Christmas. What have you done? Another year over, new one just begun. And then the verse part is like sad sounding. So this is, or wait, what did he say? The chorus. Oh man. To have a very Merry Christmas. I hope you have fun. And then like that part, the chorus sounds like happy almost in the melody. But it's like this sobering. Oh, I'm probably just fucking repeating myself over and over here, and I hope you guys understand it, but it's just the mixture of happy and melancholy is so well executed in that song. I mean, it was giving me chills just poorly singing it to you guys right now. And I love it. Oh, can't get over that song. I will listen to that all year long. Oh, man. And I want to, maybe for next Christmas, because then I'll talk about this later, my Christmas EP. I only have 20 minutes left. Whew, okay. But my Christmas EP, yeah. I wanted to kind of write a Christmas song, because I feel like that's something every artist does at some point. They write a Christmas song, and sometimes it fucking fails, and sometimes it's like a legendary song that is now a Christmas song. Not saying either will be for me, because nobody will listen to mine anyway, but like for me, it would be cool to have like a cool sounding Christmas song like that one, where it's like, at the end of the day, it's not even really a Christmas song. It's framed in the context of Christmas, I guess, and it's played a lot around Christmas, but it's mostly a war song. It's like a political statement in a way, and I love that. I love that John is utilizing, like, making a Christmas song, but more so, the more important thing is making a statement that's important, you know? I want to do that. Like, maybe I'll make a Christmas song and in the process make, like I'll say something that's important and that people need to hear. And maybe I'll do that next year or something. I don't know, for the next year's Christmas EP. But, oh man, okay. I wish I could play these songs for you guys, but I'm sure, like, for copyright reasons, I can't. So just maybe I'll just link the Spotify link or whatever below, or like a YouTube link to the video. Because if you haven't heard the song, or if it's been a while since you've heard it, I encourage you to listen to it. Just play it in the background while you do something. You don't have to intently listen. Just soak up the vibes. It's got an important message, I feel like. And it's just a great song. Next on the list. And I think, by the way, these are the top songs You know, I have my Christmas hits songs, which are my favorite Christmas songs. But this is... Hold on, I'm gonna burp. Okay, I got it. But these are like the top of the top. So I only have two. There's that, the one I just talked about, and this is the other one. Christmas Time Is Here from the Charlie Brown movie. I know. It's like, how could I pick that one? There are so many legendary Christmas songs that I listed in my playlist, and I'm choosing the Charlie Brown one? What the fuck? Yeah, I am. Bitch. It's... something about it hits on a different level, and it's in the same vein of Happy Christmas, War Is Over, because it has this happy feeling to it. And this one is a little more black and white. It's not as nuanced in terms of like which is happy and which is sad, like melody or lyrical content, what have you. This is more of, I feel like the lyrics are happy, the sound of the song is melancholy. And it is so beautiful to me. The essence of this song captures something that like almost no other song has ever, other Christmas song has done. The essence of this song, not necessarily the like lyrical content of anything, but just the vibes emitting from this song, paint a landscape in my mind of like a snowy landscape where you walk outside, you don't hear a peep, and it is just absolutely silent. The ground is covered with snow, moonlight glistening off of it. And if you were able to like transcribe that visual into not like a soundscape but a song, it would be Christmas Time Is Here from the Charlie Brown movie. Such a beautiful song, and it's just like the jazziness to it, because the Charlie Brown shit is just inherently like jazzy. I think that's just kind of based off the time that Charlie Brown was popular. It's like jazz was like popular music back then, like the main music back then, and that's why like jazz is associated with Charlie Brown. I don't know. I don't know that for sure. I'm just speculating, but I watched the guy who, if I can find the video, maybe I'll throw it in the description. The guy who played the drums on that track, he goes through like why he did what he did, and he plays the drums like for the viewers, and he talks about like why he did that and what kind of feel he was going for. And I've never been able to listen to it the same way, so like with that context as well, it adds to why it's like one of my all-time favorite Christmas songs. So maybe I'll throw that in the description. I need to start making a list of things to add because it's so hard to keep up with later. But it's just like, if you listen back and you watch that video, it's like he uses these brushes on the snare, and he's not even really like hitting the snare like you traditionally would. He's like brushing back and forth to make this like noise. And it's like every element of the drums specifically adds so much value to the song and its greatness. Man, this is just me. This podcast is mostly me silent and just impactfully reflecting on how impactful these songs are to me. It's just like hitting me like a brick wall going through all of these things. Dude, I will just sit there some days and listen to Christmas Time Is Here from the Charlie Brown movie, and I mean, I'll just sit there for like an hour or two and, you know, listen to it a few times, but mostly just think about how good of a song it is. And like, I'll do nothing else. I'll just sit there and, I mean, kind of say what I'm thinking, or like think what I'm saying to you guys right now, and just like, I'll just be floored by how amazing it is. I won't be able to do anything else. And I'm like kind of being overwhelmed because like I'll do that with Happy Xmas War is Over as well. And now it's all being dumped on me and I don't have the time to process it like I normally do. So, oh man, great song though, great song. I don't really know what else to say about it other than, like, I don't have as much context to it other than just it's a fantastic song that if you haven't really listened to it, I can't speak for the Charlie Brown movie. I mean, I'm sure it's good. I love stuff like that, but if you haven't listened to the song at the very least, or you haven't listened to it in a while, go listen to it. It's good for any time of year. I feel like Merry Xmas War is Over, or sorry, Happy Xmas War is Over, and Christmas Time is Here are just great songs to. I listen to them all year long. I don't know how other people feel about listening to Christmas music at other times of year, but listen to it if you haven't recently. Great songs. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think about these songs? And what are your favorite Christmas songs? I actually would love to know, and I'd love to find new Christmas songs that I maybe haven't even heard of before. Oh, fuck. Okay, I have 10 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and talk about my Christmas EP. This guy in front of me in this truck is being kind of a bitch. He's like slamming on the brakes and wanting to get over, but he's not. Okay. Sorry, I'm going to the NASCAR museum right now, so I need to put that into the thing. Okay. So let me talk about the Christmas EP briefly. I don't think there's too much that I can go into, and I wish I was a little more prepared, but I feel like I need to talk about it. Maybe I'll go more into depth if I don't get into a depth that I am content with in this episode, but I probably won't, honestly, but I probably won't get into the depth that I would like to be in, but yes, it's not out yet, and I'm going to have to upload it late. It was supposed to come out on Christmas Day yesterday, but it's not done. It's just not done. I have not had the time to fuck with it. I mean, I have so much I've been doing these past couple weeks. And, I mean, it will come out. At the end of the day, I don't feel that bad. It's kind of like with these podcasts. It's like, at least I'm recording them, you know, every week. I don't care that I mean, at least right now, that I'm not uploading them on a consistent schedule, because I mean, nobody's listening to them anyway, so it's like, it's not like anybody is like hankering to listen to these, and it's just like my music. Nobody's noticed that I haven't uploaded the EP when I said I would, because nobody cares, and that I'm not saying that in a sad way. I mean, it's just the reality. So I don't feel bad uploading it a week or two after Christmas. I mean, it's still coming. It's still a Christmas EP. It's still coming out around Christmas. So. But let me get to it and talk about it. It's called Eraser. And you know what? I'll throw up the album cover, or the cover art right here. This is AI generated art. And I just thought it was really interesting. You know, I've been really into this AI generator, the DALL-E Mini or something like that. And I've been really, really into it for the past few months. I will just sit there sometimes and generate some photos with it. Like type in prompts and come up with some shit. And, oh great. Got this merging lanes here, and this Mini Cooper is like, let me in. And they got in. But it's just so fascinating seeing what the generator comes up with and what it meshes together, and it does some really cool things sometimes. And so when I've been coming up with album artwork lately. And a lot of these projects I haven't even released yet, but I have the cover art for them already. But I like all of them. All of my future albums, like for 2023, are AI generated cover art because it's just so cool. And that's what this is as well. The prompt, I think I searched for like several hours to get like the perfect image that I wanted. And I think this is it. This was like the perfect one. And I think I was typing in as the prompt, it was something Alex G related. I think I was typing like Alex G. I think I literally just typed in Alex G album cover. I mean, I typed in a bunch of different things, but it all kind of just circled around like Alex G, new album cover, Alex G, something, I don't know. I wanted it to be Alex G related because, as you guys know, I've been obsessed with him lately, and this EP, I just fucking ripped him off. It's literally just Alex G fanfic and Elliott Smith. I've been loving Elliott Smith a lot lately. I just ripped both of them off, and that's what this EP is, in all honesty. And it's going to be kind of difficult for me to go into full depth here because I don't have the final track list, but I do want to talk about what I do have. So there's a song called Home on the Range, which I have not been able to stop listening to. I love how it came out. And it's like a folky-ish song, and it's like what Alex G does when he'll put on this really thick southern accent for songs and like make it folky sounding, and it's, I mean, I don't know, I think there's like a element of humor to it as well as an element of just making something you don't traditionally make. And I don't know, it was really fun. And it's kind of just a song about a concept that I've been interested in for a very long time, like since middle school. One that has always captivated me, and that's the element of love and loss. Like most things that I like, most lyrics that I like, essentially come down to that. And I think that goes for a lot of people as well, but love and loss, that's what the lyrics boil down to. And it's not too veiled, the lyrics of that song. I think you could read the lyrics, and when I post the EP, I always include the lyrics as well on Bandcamp. So if you just read through them on there, I mean, it tells a story, and I think it'll be pretty apparent. If not, maybe I'll go into more depth on that. But it's from this song where the title, I guess, connects to. I came up with the title of the EP a long while ago. And I originally wanted to do something like, for some reason, I was out on the track, I was running some laps, and just popped into my mind Walker, Walker. And not like the name, but like I wanted almost like I pictured an image of a man who like like an old man who like speed walks around a neighborhood to get his exercise, and it's like people call him the Walker because that's all he does, And I just feel like Walker, accompanied with that image, tells a whole story. Like there's a whole story that you could fabricate in your mind relating those two things together, and it just something really spoke to me about that. But Walker just has too many different meanings, and it's like it's a name and also it's a tool. Like old people use a walker to get around, and it's like there's too many levels here that I don't like it. So I decided, okay, maybe I'll do another thing. Maybe another word where you could call somebody. Like, this guy is the Walker. So I made a whole list on my phone in the notes of different things like that. and most of them sucked, but one was Eraser. Like the Eraser could be a person. Maybe there's a story to that. And I mean, there is a story that I think is told in Home on the Range. Which, by the way, just quickly speaking about Home on the Range, the lyrics, people might wonder why I say Home on the Range. It's at the beginning of every verse. And I think the point that's trying to be driven in is like at the end of one verse, it connects to the beginning of the next one. So it's like, or the end of one chorus connects to the beginning of the verse. So it's like, I'll always miss our home on the range. So it's like, I'll always miss our home on the range. It's like it connects. It's almost like a loop. And home on the range is just like place where you're happy. It's like this story of these two people. It's like, I'll always miss our home together. I'll always miss, like, home is where your heart is. It's like, I'll always miss you, because it's evident in the song they have their differences and they're going their separate ways. So hopefully that explains that. I feel like that's the most, unclear lyric out of all of it, is the home on the range part. But that's the meaning, if you were wondering. Anyway, Eraser in home on the range, I say, like, in the last verse, it's like, home on the range, thought you and I were permanent marker, but you're gonna erase and get on with your life. And that is, I think, I came up with the name of the EP first, and then this lyric came later, and it just fits so perfectly. It's one of those, it's such a beautiful moment where something like this happens. And it might seem contradictory to come up with the title of something and then like tie it into a lyric later, but sometimes it just works out so perfectly, just like it did in this instance. Because when I originally had the EP name and I was like, I like this, I connect with this for some reason, and then I came up with a lyric, and the high I got from being like, oh, this fits so perfectly together, this is so good, I love this. But what it essentially is saying is, I mean, to me, it's like super obvious, so it feels kind of redundant for me to even say it, but I'm going to anyway, because I think I'm just assuming you guys understand. Hello, okay. Sorry, I thought I'm parking right now, and I thought I unplugged the mic. That's why I just yelled hello into the microphone. Oh God, some beeping going on. But oh God, some more beeping going on. This is throwing me off. No, I almost made it through the whole thing without forgetting. But as I was saying, yeah, I didn't forget. Fuck you. Y'all thought I forgot. Nope. So the way it ties in is like, thought you and I were permanent marker, but you're gonna erase and get on with your life. And it's like, I thought we were, and the whole song is talking about, like, I thought that we were gonna last longer. I saw us being together forever, but now we're going our separate ways. And it's strange, because I mean, I didn't anticipate. I thought this was forever. I anticipated this being forever, and it's not. And I think in this song specifically, it's speaking on from the perspective of like a particular person in the relationship, and the other person is the one who's kind of moving on better, or it appears to be or it appears that they're moving, that I can't talk, or it appears that they're moving on easier and better, and that they're moving on without regard to all of the history that these two people have, and that they're erasing it, just willy-nilly. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. My brain is like the episode of SpongeBob where Patrick's gears and his mind stall up and smoke comes out. That's me right now. There's so much going on that I want to say, and it's like I can't process it fast enough. Okay, but yeah, and I hope this is coming through. And I'm trying not to go into too much depth because I like to leave a little bit of it for the listener to come up with on their own and connect to it more. But that's essentially the story, is like these people are going their separate ways, and one of them is moving on seemingly easier and is like treating what they had as, you know, they're not really valuing it that much, and they're just kind of throwing it away, and they're like erasing all of their time together, like they're forgetting about it, or like there's this guy on this electric scooter who's like zooming down the sidewalk, and he's like doing donuts on it, turning around. Okay, anyway, but yeah, maybe like erasing like photos of them together. I mean, this isn't, I'm not talking about anything really specific. I mean, I do have like some minor connections to this story, like personal connections, but it's not like I'm recounting something that has directly happened to me. You know, I have connections through some connections through myself, through other people, and it's like, you know, I'm pulling it together to make a story that I like. And that's kind of what it is. So it could be like somebody erasing like all of the photos of them with someone else together, and just like, yeah, I'll never need these again. And he was like almost in a way erasing what they had. And the lyrics of the song, it's like, I thought we were a permanent marker, but you're gonna erase and get on with your life. But I'll always miss our time. And I mean, what's left to say? I mean, I feel like that speaks for itself, those lines, in the context of what I just said. So that's definitely one of my favorites. So I'm meeting Emma here, and she's telling me that her and her family are trapped in a parking garage, and the gate won't open, and that they called the number and they have to send someone to get them out. Oh my god. Okay, I'm like, what garage? I don't even know. I think they went to an art museum. So I guess it's the garage there. So, well, I mean, I guess in a way that's a good thing, because now I have a little more time to talk about some of the other songs. Let me go to my Google Doc with it. Oh, they just went to a random one. A random parking garage. Okay. Okay, so for every Christmas EP, I do a cover song. For this Christmas EP, I covered Who Would Have Guessed, Alex G, Bright Boy, such a great song, and Jade. I've talked about Jade in previous episodes. She did the female vocals on it. And I cannot get over how talented Jade is and how good of a singer is. You know, her and I are going to do an episode together, and I want to talk to her more about this, but it's just like, she's such a talent, and I love getting to work with her, and there's just some weird connection I feel like we have, in the sense of, if it, like specifically with this song, she had never heard this song before, and we played it a few times. She listened to it, and the way I was able to just, you know, I'm in like my producer mindset, so she would record a verse, and it's like I would tell her, okay, the way you said this word, I don't know why, but I picture you saying it a little bit differently, like this, and can you like draw out these notes a little bit longer and like hit your R's a little bit harder here, just because I like the way that sounds. And she would pick up on that so fast. Like she understood what I was saying, first off, which is crazy, because I mean, what I just said, and not a lot of people would have understood that. But she got it. She understood it, and she did it so perfectly. I feel like her verse, like what she was singing on Bright Boy, the cover, is so good. And she has never heard that song before. And she did it so good. And maybe it's like a simple song or whatever, but no, I mean, dude, I don't think it's that simple of a song, especially for she listened to it maybe 2 or 3 times and took my notes. Uh, so good, so good. And I added my own little melodramatic flavor to the song as well. And I really like how it came out. I think it came out good. But moving on, there's not much to go into on that one. Good Alex G song. Thought I'd cover it. I swear I'm trying my hardest is the title I have for the song right now, but I'm sure it will change. What am I thinking about changing it to? No, actually, I think that one might stay the same. But it's the one that goes do 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 do. That one is a favorite of mine that I've had for a long time. I recorded that song maybe in like 2016, 2017. Recorded a demo of it to put on an album at some point. And I just never did. And sorry, I'm got a text from my mom. I didn't see her there when I was home. But yeah, I've had that song for a long, long time, and I've loved it. And I just really haven't had much to do with it, I guess. Hold on. I'm sorry. This is the worst podcast ever. But it's like you're in the car with me, right? This is good. I don't know. I feel like this is a very appropriate thing for that song to finally go on. I've just had it in my back pocket for so long, and I'm ready to use it. It just like I feel like it fits the vibe of the rest of the song so perfectly, and I still love it. I re-recorded it for this album though. The old version is fine, and I think there's a certain kind of uniqueness to it because I mean I recorded this so long ago that I recorded the drums myself. Like right now I don't have the ability to do that, so I just use the drums programmed into GarageBand. That's all of my drums, and it sounds really good and nice, so I'm content with doing that. But back then I had an actual drum kit that I would oh god, there are people pulling up behind. Oh, they're parallel parking behind me. Okay. But I had an actual drum kit that I would play on and record all my songs drums with. This is before I had my Mac, so it was my only way to do that. And it's me playing drums, and I'm not really the best drummer, and so it sounds kind of shitty. And I'm just recording with a microphone in the room, so it's like not professionally mic'd up drum set. So it just kind of sounds like ass. But there is something about that, something lo-fi about that, and cool. But just not up to my current standards. So I re-recorded it. I thought I could do the vocals a little bit better. I thought I could do everything a little bit better, and that's what you're hearing on the album, or on the EP rather. But yeah, there's not much to that. I have personal connections to the lyric. There's not many lyrics in the song, first off, but I have new connections to the lyrics that I didn't have back then. It's so weird. Like some of my old lyrics I connect to more now than I did back then. Back then I maybe just made them up and like very loosely connected with them, and then now I'm like, oh man, I relate to this so much. And this song is kind of an example of that. Because like the lyrics are, I swear I'm trying my hardest. I swear I'm trying my best. Maybe I cannot ignore it. Oh no, here we go again. So, I mean, the original meaning to those lyrics is kind of lost to me now. There may not have been any meaning. And I think I was like jealous of a guy that a girl I liked at the time was talking to. And I was trying to ignore it, and I couldn't. And I was like, here we go again. But now I don't like that. And I think I connect to it more now on the level of my anxiety and panic attacks. When I'm driving on the highway, like I get a bunch of panic attacks and anxiety when I drive on the highway. And when I start to like freak out and I feel my heart rate starting up and my hands get super sweaty and I feel like I'm going to pass out, I try to ignore it. And a lot of times that doesn't work. Obviously, it's kind of hard to ignore a panic attack. And I think I connect like so much more to that aspect of the lyrics now. Oh shit, just drop my keys. I'm sure that sounds great on the microphone. But yeah, you know, like trying to ignore a panic attack coming on. Oh no, here we go again. And then, you know, it ensuing. So maybe someone else will have a connection similar to that. And I really like that a lot, that connection I have to it, which is another reason why I put it on the EP. Moving on to the next song. Oh, man. So, okay, update on Emma at the museum, or not the museum, at the parking lot. There's another car trying to leave now. They can't even get out the entrance because there are sensors that know his car isn't here. Okay, I'm going to say, can I use my car to trigger something to get y'all out? Okay. Well, I'll give you guys updates on what happens to them, I guess. This is crazy. I don't know how. This is such a bad look for North Carolina, for Emma and her family coming here. They have run into so many obstacles coming here, and this is just one more. Fuck. Moving on to another song, and this might be the last one I really go into because, I mean, I don't really know the full track list yet, which sucks. But, I mean, I'm going into the main important ones. I'll say that. The ones where I have like a bunch of meaning and depth that warrants me going into. So this is the one where I don't know if I'm going to change the name or not. As of right now, the title, just like when I record it or like reference it so that I can remember it, it's just loose title. They told me if you try your hardest, is the name. And that's just because that's the first lyric in the song, which I do a lot. I'll take just the first line of a song and make that the title, like the temporary title, so I can remember what the file is. But I think I'm going to change the name to Don't Run, Don't Hide, or Run/Hide, or Don't Run/Hide. I'll have to think on that because that's what I kind of say at the like chorusy part of the song. But this one is weirder one of the songs, and it's more of the Alex G weirder side of things. I kind of wanted to tap into a little bit, and I do like a little high-pitched voice the whole time with like a thick southern accent, and say, they told me if you try your hardest, they told me if you try your best, you can make it out of here. You won't shed another tear. And I repeat that. You can make it out of here. You won't shed another tear too. And chorus is, oh yeah, yeah, the time is right. Oh, yeah, you'll be alright. Oh. Let me see. I actually workshopped this lyric several times, so I want to make sure I get it right. I'm looking it up on my notes app right now. Damn, well, I can't find it on here, huh? Oh, God. This is so frustrating, dude. Uh, well, I'm sure it's in the song, and God, okay, I'm gonna listen to it just because I want to make sure I get this right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Let's listen to it here real quick. Let me get to just that part. Whoa, 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 whoa! Loud. Okay. Woo. Trying to talk a little bit over this so it doesn't get copyrighted if I upload this and whatever. Okay. Gonna repeat the lines now. Oh, yeah, the time is right. Oh, don't you dare think twice. That's a, yeah. Oh, yeah, you'll be alright again. I think it's, oh, don't you put up a fight. Yeah. Oh, don't you put up a fight. And lyrically, I'm not really talking about through personal experience with this or anything. I don't think. Maybe that'll come out later because sometimes I'll write lyrics not thinking much of it, and later I'm like, oh, this was very obviously about this, and I just didn't even realize it at the time. Wow. Or I'll build a connection later on, and I'm like, okay, kind of like with that's where I'm trying my hardest. You know, it's like I have more of a connection to it now than I ever did in the past. So it's kind of how it is with this. I don't know the real, like, full meaning yet, but I'm more so just telling a story of someone. I kind of picture someone like trapped in a psych ward, you know, and we're trapped in their own mind almost. And, you know, like if you try your hardest, you can make it out of here. You can like get back into the general public one day, but you got to try really hard to get better. And you won't shed another tear or anything. You know, you're gonna be better. But really, it's like thinly veiled. I feel like there's like the way I sing it is like an essence of like that will never happen. You know, it's kind of like a little bit of an evil feel. They got out. Okay, they're headed to me now. Sick. Okay, they're gonna be here in 5 minutes, so I got 5 more minutes to wrap this thing up. But anyway, yeah, someone like in a psych ward will get out and it's got like this little bit of evil feel. And get to the chorus, oh yeah, you'll be all right. Oh, don't you put up a fight. You know, it's kind of just telling the story of like, is this a person like in the psych ward or maybe like trapped in their own mind, like someone like manipulating them. And yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't really know how much more I could go into with that other than like, it's just like it's kind of I'm just trying to paint a picture of a story, like a little bit of an evil story going on. Um, I don't even know if I could call it a story because there's not like much of a resolution or exposition or things like that. I just kind of paint a scene, and that's it. It's just an existing scene. So who knows? Maybe that meaning will change over time, or maybe you know something will come up, and you know I'll bring that up if it does. But that's what I got so far. And I have a couple other things that you see, and this is why I don't know what else will be on the album because there's other songs which aren't even really songs; they're more of music pieces that I've been working on with not really many lyrics in them. It's mostly just music and me experimenting with different things. So I don't know If any of those will make it on, or all of them might make it on, I genuinely have zero idea, but we're going to find out. Okay. Got these weird-ass people walking around me here. Anyway. Anyway, sorry. We'll see what happens with that and how many tracks come out at the end. I might just, at the end of the day, decide to just put the ones I told you guys about today on there, and there just be, how many did I talk about? Four songs? Did I talk about 4 songs? Home on the Range. I Swear I'm Trying My Hardest. Bright Boy. Don't Run, Don't Hide. Yeah, 4 songs. And 4 songs seems like a decent amount. So I might just do those, but there are a couple other ones I might throw in just for fun. We'll see. But anyway, I will... It's not going to be up when I upload this podcast, I think. But I'll come back to this podcast, and in the description of this podcast, I'll make sure to upload a link to listen to it if you want to. If you don't have Spotify, it's going to be on Spotify, Apple Music, and everything else. But if you don't have any of those subscriptions or a way to listen to it, I also will be uploading it to Bandcamp, which you can listen to all my music for free. You can download all of my music for free. I'm really big about like letting anybody listen to my music for free, 0 barriers. So, I mean, literally, let me know if you want anything from me. I'm giving out for free Melodramatic, my self-titled, on CD. If you want it, I mean, you can download it for free. You can download any of my shit for free. Listen to it for free on Bandcamp, or I think on Spotify. You can listen to it with ads or whatever. So, yeah, God, I just almost watched a car crash again. Anyway, to wrap this thing up, it's so hard for me to wrap these up. I don't know why. I'll see you guys in the next one. Probably need to go and get ready for Emma and her family getting here. So I'm glad I got to talk to you guys about this, and I think I went in a depth that I'm actually content with, so I won't have to come back to that at all. Listen to Eraser. It's going to be out soon, I promise. And I hope I get all these episodes out and up soon as well. Episodes of the podcast. I'm really wanting to. I brought my laptop down here, so I'm hoping to work on getting those up. Oh God, I gotta go. They're here. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm super excited for the next episode of the podcast. I think the next episode is going to be in 2023, so that will mean season 2 of Wiretapped. Why do I keep saying wiretapped? Wiretap. Wiretap. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I hate that I didn't get to do a video for this one, but I think we had a good Christmas episode, and this was a lot of fun. So, can't wait for the new year. Can't wait for season 2 of Wiretap. Let's see. Eraser. Forever. Christmas. Forever. Wiretap. Forever. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.